Stay tuned as we take a look at this Marvel Legends Nightcrawler from the Wendigo Build-A-Figure Wave. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we are kicking off a brand new set of Marvel Legends reviews with this Wendigo Build-A-Figure Wave. And the first figure we're going to look at is my most anticipated in this wave. That's why I'm reviewing him first. I couldn't wait to get him open. It is, of course, Nightcrawler. Now, he seems to come with the most accessories in this wave, as the box looks packed with 3 interchangeable heads, interchangeable hand. He even comes with his sword, and you still get a Build-A-Figure piece for the Wendigo. Now, there are 6 figures in this wave, and you need all 6 to build Wendigo. So yes, this guy is looking good. On the side of the box, we're getting an image of Nightcrawler. On the back, as always, you get a nice little graphic design, which I'm really liking, a little write-up. And then, as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Wendigo Build-A-Figure. Today, we're reviewing Nightcrawler. So as I said, here's my most anticipated for this wave. Definitely need an updated Nightcrawler for the shelf, and I'm liking all of these interchangeable parts for your display. So without further ado, let's get them open. So here we have the Blue Demon dressed like Michael Jackson out of the box, and first impressions are quite high. I really like this figure. I just like the way he looks. There's going to be some really good range of articulation there. The tail's a nice touch. I know it doesn't articulate. That's probably everyone's pet peeve of this figure, but I still think it works. And yeah, he's going to look good on your shelf, and you're going to be able to get him in some great poses. But he doesn't come on his own. He does come with some pieces. The first one of such is the Build-A-Figure piece for the Wendigo. So I'm going to have to get a different colour background when I review this guy, as the white will fade away. But yeah, we have the Build-A-Figure arm for the Wendigo, so you know the score by now. Go and hit that subscribe button, as I always review the Build-A-Figure last. But yes, he is on the way. He does, of course, come with 2 more interchangeable heads, which I will, of course, show you a close-up of in a minute. And then he comes with his sword and an interchangeable hand, which I assume is for holding the sword, but it may not be. Remember, Nightcrawler only has 3 fingers and 2 toes. He is weird looking. He is blue after all, but yes, he has an extra hand, I'm assuming, to hold his sword. So I'll get into all of that in a minute. But I just wanted to quickly go over the figure, and yeah, really good range of articulation on this guy. I like the way the sort of ab crunch there with the red goes all the way through. And again, as I said, some really good range. And he's an acrobat. He's a master acrobat, and of course he teleports and whatnot. So you're going to want to get this guy into some fun dynamic poses for your displays, and you'll definitely be able to do that with this guy. Nice range of motion. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. There are butterfly joints hidden under that sort of red outfit, that red V on the front, which don't hinder it too much. You'd think they do, but it doesn't at all. You can get his arms going way back. So yeah, I think people are going to be very happy with this guy. Going to be able to get him in some fun poses. But let's check out those interchangeable heads. Taking a closer look at Kurt Wagner's head, this is the first one that comes on the figure in the box, and it's a bit more stoic, simple looking. I like the yellow eyes, a trademark of Nightcrawler, and I like the way there is a little bit of blue showing in the hair, but there's a decent sculpt all the way around with his pointy ears as well. So yeah, this is just your stoic looking face sculpt, but it looks good. Second one has a little bit more personality. You can see his teeth shining through, and his teeth are a little bit pointy. The eyebrows are raised a little bit, but it is a similar expression as the previous head sculpt, just with a sort of a smile, I guess. It looks like a Nightcrawler smile. He seems happy to be here. But yes, another good face sculpt. I like it when they're different enough to display different emotions on a character, which these seem to be. And then last but by no means least, this last face sculpt is definitely the angry look. I like the mouth open. I like you can see the tongue in there. And I like the way the sort of black is on the top of his head, because Nightcrawler sort of has weird dark sort of reflective fur, I guess that's how you say it. So he sort of disappears in the shadows. He's very good at creeping around. He is the Nightcrawler after all. So yeah, that's the sort of black shadow on the top of his face, but you can still see those yellow eyes, the pointy ears, the mouth open, roaring, shouting. He's angry, but yeah, looking Good. And while we're zoomed in, I may as well show you this extra hand. So there's the hand that it comes packed with, which isn't a tight fist. There is a nice hole in there, but I don't think it's big enough to hold the sword. So we'll plug in this hand, which I already have the sword plugged in, and you can see it grips the sword decent enough so it won't fall. And the sword sort of reminds me of his Excalibur days, and the sword is medieval looking. I like the sort of silver. I like the shape of it up here, very pointy. I'm assuming this has a name possibly, but someone can let me know in the comments below. But yeah, there we have our sword for Nightcrawler, and he holds it decent. And yeah, you're going to be able to get this guy into some good poses. Looking good. So again, the tail on the back, I think people would have rather it be bendy wire. Yes, even I would have preferred this to be bendy wire. But you can still articulate it enough where you can get it in different sort of places when you're displaying him. But yeah, bendy wire would have been nice, like the previous Toy Biz version, but they didn't do it, unfortunately. But it does have a bit of motion to it, and it's soft enough where you can stretch it out and manipulate it a little bit, but nothing drastic. But you can see it will sit in place when you move it around, whether you want it above him or below him or wherever. So there is a little bit of wiggle room with the tail. But yes, an articulated bendy wire tail would have been much better. But let's get into the segment there that sort of explains the character. You should know who Nightcrawler is if you're an X-Men fan, but just in case you don't, or you want to be a little bit more educated, then let's get into a segment I like to call Nightcrawler. Who is he? This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information about the character this figure is inspired by. So, Nightcrawler, who is he? This blue-looking demon is called Kurt Wagner, who is a mutant with the ability to teleport. He has yellow eyes, a pointed tail, and his blue fur makes him nearly invisible in the dark. His first appearance was Giant Size X-Men #1 in May of 1975. His superhuman agility and being an expert gymnast makes him a valuable member of the X-Men. It has also been revealed that his mother is the mutant Mystique. So there you go, I hope that helps. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information about the characters these figures are inspired by. And while I'm messing around with this guy, I've noticed that the packed in hand is actually identical to this one, so now you have a pair of matching hands, and the other hand is for gripping the sword a lot better. So yeah, I just got them mixed up, but I do like that he has matching hands now, and he looks good. So as I've just mentioned, his mother is the Mystique. The Mystique? I don't know why I keep adding the Nightcrawler and the Mystique. Nightcrawler and Mystique. So yes, this is his mother. I don't know if the blue skin give it away. And his father is Ezekiel, which is the red sort of demon looking guy, which I don't think we've had in Marvel Legends form. If we have, please let me know in the comments below. But I don't think we have Ezekiel in Marvel Legends form. But I'm curious to know if we do. Let me know. But yes, let's bring in someone else. UK repping, of course, from his Excalibur days. Here we have Captain Britain, and I think he scales quite nicely with all of these. He's a little bit shorter than your average guy. Let's bring in another blue furred beast. Give you a big hint there, didn't I? Here's the beast himself, Hank McCoy. And yeah, as you can see, the beast, I've got him standing up straight, so he towers above him. But if you get the beast kneeling down like he usually is seen, then yeah, these two scale quite good together. But yeah, Beast, Nightcrawler, blue furred friend. Let's get some more Marvel Legends in the mix. Let's get X-Men from the Jim Lee days. Here we have Wolverine and Cyclops, again, looking good. Nightcrawler, a little bit taller than Wolverine, but shorter than your average 6-inch Marvel Legend on the Bucky Cat body here with Cyclops. Cyclops to me should still be a little bit taller, but it works out well here. And then one more. Here we have Rogue. I'm looking forward to getting that Storm in the vintage wave, hopefully very, very soon. But yeah, I could do comparisons all day, but I will continue to do Nightcrawler comparisons as I move through this wave of figures. But yeah, really happy with this guy. I think it's going to take some beating for my favourite figure of the wave. Yes, I haven't even opened the others yet, but I just like this guy so much. It's such a fun figure to pose around and put on your display. I've seen people print out 3D effects of his BAF effect with like the pink smoke, which look really good. And the articulation on this guy is great. And I like the mix of heads. I always appreciate that, as it changes the display so much, especially when these faces make different expressions. It just adds more personality to the character and brings your sort of display to life. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, is this your most anticipated figure from this particular wave, or is someone else in mind? As always, go and check out the videos tab and the playlist, as I'm going to be reviewing all of the figures in this wave. But most importantly, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. As always, my name's Dan W, and I shall see you on the next one.